Hey guys, so today I thought I would do something a little bit different, which is going to be a story time video, and I have a few, not a lot of type of like story time worthy type videos. Also sorry about my nails, I tried painting them last night and they came out really bad, so just ignore that. But yeah, so I thought I would start off the story time videos type thing with probably the scariest thing that has ever happened to me. Like, I was honestly genuinely in my head thinking that like this was it for me. Like, I was so scared. So yeah, if I'm like laughing or something or smiling in this video, it's just because I'm like so uncomfortable even like just talking about it, because like when I get uncomfortable that happens. You know, I was so scared. So but I'm gonna stop babbling now because I've been babbling for like a minute, so let's get started. So basically, I'm a freshman in college right now, and last semester was my first semester, and I decided I was gonna go to this university I got into. I'm not gonna say the name of it, but yeah, so I got into university in the state that I had been living in for like 6 years at the time, and it was like 3 hours from where I'm from, and I had never been there before, but I had heard of it because teachers that worked at my high school had talked about it before and raved about it and loved it, and when I told them I got in there, they were so excited and were like, you just have to go there. So I was like, okay, must be a good school. They all loved it, so might as well give it a go. So I enrolled and I did, the freshman orientation. I got my roommate and I love my roommate. I still talk to her now, even though after the first semester of being there, I did transfer out. So I still talk to her though. She's a great person. But the school in general was not in the best of places. Like, a lot of people there were really nice, and I still talk to quite a few people there, but it just wasn't like in an area that I'm used to. And I had never even heard of town. It's the smallest town like that I've ever seen. Population was pretty much just made up of the college, and the town was literally like basically just the college. So I got there, and I'm excited and stuff, and it's move-in day and doing well. But after the first week, I was kind of like I couldn't really like find my place there, but I was like, you know what, it's only been a week. So I stayed and I kept trying. I was joining clubs and doing all this stuff, and I just could not find my place there. And also you'd hear like all these horror stories about the town of like human trafficking, and like some little girl while I was there, she got kidnapped and later found her body. She did not survive it, which was so sad. But like there was all these horror stories about all this different stuff happening, and I actually have a few different things that happened to me while I was there, so if you want to see those ones, just let me know down below. But this one is the one we're going to be talking about today. Took place there was a gas station, and this was probably like 2 or 3 months into the first semester, and there's a gas station that's literally right across the street from my dorming hall. So I would always go to that gas station because it was just easiest, and it didn't really matter what gas station you went to in this town. It just didn't really matter, because no matter which one you went to, there was probably going to be some sketchy stuff going on. But I had to get gas in my car, so because I was going to drive home to my dad's house to spend the weekend with him. So I had to get gas in my car and fill up, because my gas tank was literally on empty because I went out the night before with my friends and I had been driving, so I didn't have any gas in my car. So I went to go fill up my gas, and I used my credit card. And normally when you put the pump back up, the information on the gas thingy will like go away or become like zeros, and that didn't happen. So I had picked up the pump again to place it back down to like see if it would go away that time, and instead of that, the options, like regular diesel and like whatever it is, they lit up again. So like if I had driven off, somebody could have used my credit card to get gas. So I put it back and I picked it back up again to see if maybe this time it would have gone away. And it didn't. And again, if I had pressed one of those buttons, then like gas would have came out and would have been charged onto my card. So I put it back up and I locked my car and I went inside and I told the guy, I was like, you know, on pump 3 I'm done, but like my it won't like get off my card, I guess, if you're following me. Like if anybody had come up after me, they could have gotten gas for free essentially using my card. And so without even like looking at his computer, he just looked at me and was like, oh no, it's clear now, it's clear. I saw you, it's clear. And I was like, oh, okay, thank you, sir. And I was kind of like confused as to like, he didn't even like look at his computer to know if it was clear. So I was like, okay, thank you. And I wanted to leave this gas station so bad at this point. Like I did not want to be there by myself. And so I walked out and I looked at it and it wasn't cleared off. Everything was still there. So I picked up the pump again, and again, all the options lit up. And if you don't know, like if you don't drive or you're not in America or whatever, when you pick up the pump and the options light up, you click one of those options and then you get gas. So again, anybody could have just came up and got gas off my card. And I was looking at it, I was like, it's not going away. And I looked behind me at the store, and the store clerk was literally staring at me through the window. So I was like so uncomfortable at this point. I was not gonna leave when anybody could have gotten money off my card. So I FaceTimed my dad and I showed him what was happening, and he was just as confused as I was, and he was like, why won't it go away? And he told me to pick up the pump and put it back down again, so I did, and it still wouldn't go away. So, sorry, I'm like getting worked up again. So he told me to walk back inside and ask the man again. And before I could even do that, the man who had been watching me and who I had talked to in there and told me that it was all cleared off, he comes walking outside and towards me. And I'm still FaceTiming my dad. From here on out in this story, I'm FaceTiming my dad. And the guy was like, oh, I just checked it and you're right, it's not clearing off. So we'll just put like a plastic bag on it or something. And my dad was like, no, that's not good enough. You have to shut down the pump or something because I don't want people taking money from my daughter, from off her card. And the man was like, oh, he was ignoring my dad at this point while we were outside. He was like avoiding that my dad was there and just like watching me. And he was like, well, why don't you come into the back of the gas station with me and I can show you. Oh, I forgot to say. So also earlier in the week, we had gotten like emails and like there was people like saying that if you see these two vans around campus and they're two tan vans, then to go away because that was like a gang or something there that was trying to attack young girls. And as this man is talking to me, I see that one of the vans come up. And as this man is telling me just to come into the back with him is when the van comes up. And obviously, I haven't told my dad any of this yet. And obviously I can't tell him right now, like while this man is right here and the van is right over there. And so I was just like, no, I'm not gonna go back there. And you need to turn off the pump. And he was like, oh no, just hold on, I'll be right back out. And he runs back into the gas station. And I'm showing my dad that like it's still a problem. And my dad was like, just go inside the gas station. So I did, and I'm like to the man, this isn't like, it's people can take whatever they want off my card. Like, you gotta do something. And he then again said that he can just put like the plastic bag on the pump and then nobody can use it. And so then he was like, come around here. And I was like, no, like I'm perfectly fine talking to you over the counter. And he was like, no, you should come around here and I can show you on the computer that like it's all wiped off. And I was like, so against my better judgment, do not do this if you ever get put in this situation. Against my better judgment, I go around the counter because there's people in the gas station, so I'm like, okay, as long as I'm not going like into the back of the gas station. And I have my keys with me, and my dad's on FaceTime so he can see the man. And so I'm like preparing, and the man was like, see, it's all gone. He's showing it to me on his computer. I'm like, it's not all gone. I can see it right there. Like, it's not all gone. And then my dad was like, you have to shut down the pump. And this man had finally started talking to my dad, but he was giving him such a hard time. Like, he would not listen to my dad. And at this point, my dad is kind of like, this is, ridiculous. Like, I don't know what you think you're doing, but just shut off the freaking pump. And he wouldn't do it. And then, the man was like, here, I'll give you this. Go wrap it onto the pump, and then I will turn the entire thing off. So we were like, okay. So I walked back outside. He gave me like a plastic bag to put on the pump, which was about like, that's not my job, that's your job, put it on the pump. But I just wanted to leave so bad. Like, I wanted to get out of this place. I wanted to get to my dad's house. I was so uncomfortable, but was trying so hard not to show it because like I didn't want them to think that like I was becoming weak or whatever and vulnerable, because I didn't know what they were gonna do to me. So I was just like, okay, yes sir. And I went outside and wrapped around the pump, and I was like to my dad, I just want to leave. And he said, okay, take a picture of how much you spent there and exactly where the gas station is, so that if they charge any money onto your account, we can go back and tell them. Because I forgot to say, but while I was in there, the man had told my dad, if any money is taken off my account from the gas station, he'll reimburse me. So my dad told me to do that. And so I did, and then I hung up with my dad, and I said, okay, I'm gonna leave now. And he said, okay. And so then I hung up with my dad, and as I hang up with my dad and take the pictures, the man comes back outside, and he was like, but really, if you just come into the back of the gas station, I can show you that, like, it's all gone. This is just a big misunderstanding. And I was like, no, I'm not coming into the back of the gas station with you. I'm getting in my car and I'm going home because I don't want to be here. And so he was like, really, if you just come back there, me and my friend, we can show you that, like, it's okay. And I was like, no, I'm okay, thank you. And then he was like really trying to coerce me to go back there. And the whole time I'm trying to remain nice and like respectful as to not like make him mad. So I was like, no, really, it's okay. And like as I'm saying this, I'm like getting closer and closer to my car, and like I unlocked it, but only clicked the unlock button once, so just the driver's door would unlock, not all of them, because I have to click my unlock button once for driver, twice for all the other doors. I clicked it once, and I had my hand like on the driver's side door while he's talking to me and getting closer to me, and I quickly opened it. Like, he had turned around to like look at the van, and I opened it, got in, locked the door, and sped off. I was not having it. I was so done with that place, and I never went back there again either after that, because I was just so scared. Like, I just feel like that was so sketchy. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm just being dramatic, but like if you knew the area, like when I had gotten back to school that next week and told my roommate and my suite mates, because there's 4 people to a dorm, they were all like, that is like crazy. It was so scary, especially because like the vans had come up and all this stuff had just been happening, and this was like right after that little girl had been kidnapped from her home too, and I was just like, oh my god. And I was so scared, and it was so early in the morning too, and I was like, oh my god, this is great. But yeah, so that's my story time of, I don't even like saying the word human trafficking, but like that's really what I feel like was about to happen, or like they were gonna like kidnap me or something. I don't know what was gonna happen, but honestly I feel like if I hadn't had FaceTimed my dad, it kind of would have, because then like they knew that like he had seen one of their faces. I don't know, the whole situation really freaked me out. But yeah, So I have a lot of stories from that school, and I was only there for 1 semester. So if you guys want to see any more of those, let me know in the comments down below, and please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.